Welcome back to the Phantom Gourmet. Okay, everybody, we're excited to bring back one of my all-time favorite segments. So here we go with an all-new edition of restaurants that have bad names but really good food. And as always, we're joined by our bad restaurant name expert, Mr. Dave Andelman. Dave, Shakespeare, of course, famously asked, what's in a name? But in the world of restaurants, some names are just too darn strange or just bad.
Dan, I've been in a lot of these late-night cocktail-infused discussions with a restaurant owner, and you're sitting around and they're going, it's got to be cool, but it can't be confusing. And they all night, they ask all their friends, and the end result is usually just horrific.
Right. So let's talk about places. The name might be bad, but they're still worth going to because you really like them for the food. Let's start with one of the strangest restaurant names I've ever heard. It's a place in Derry, New Hampshire, kind of a breakfast and lunch spot. The name of it is How's Your Onion?
Right.
How's Your Onion?
Very, very odd to have a question mark in the name of your business.
It's a good point.
I really could only think of Que Pasa in Aruba as another such restaurant.
And they have an exclamation point and a question mark, I believe.
That's right. They're not fooling around.
No.
But don't let this bad name fool you. The other weird thing about it is onions aren't really very important at this restaurant.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
They're really not. But they've got really good food. The breakfast is a specialty, huge portions of eggs and pancakes and corned beef hash. The star of the menu here is called the Tower of Toast. It's a gigantic stack of 10 slices of fluffy golden French toast. This thing is big enough to feed the whole table, and it only costs $10.
Excellent example to kick us off here. Okay, now here's a pretty unusual name for a restaurant, to say the least. Mousie's.
Yeah.
Mousie's Deli, a sandwich shop in Warwick, Rhode Island. They call it Mousie's.
Yeah, one of these places that really has a huge cult following.
Right.
Apparently, the former owner used to date a guy, Mouskowitz.
Okay, so they called
They called the place Mousie.
Right.
And it's a New York-style deli and sandwich shop. It's got a dining room that looks like a hunting and fishing lodge, but it's kind of cool. And they've got these huge, affordable sandwiches. It's like a half a pound of meat in every sandwich, turkey, roast beef, ham, made the old-fashioned, hand-cranked steamer way. So you really got the right meats and cheeses done exactly right. I like the Thanksgiving sandwich, a huge mouth of fresh roasted turkey stacked with cranberry sauce and homemade stuffing served on pumpernickel bread.
Wow, that is one heck of a Thanksgiving sandwich. Now, this is incredible. The next restaurant we're going to talk about, obviously, was named after you. It is the Jerk Cafe, which is in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts.
That is absolutely,
what an honor.
That is absolutely untrue. I was the inspiration for the obnoxious bistro in Saugus. No, this place gets its name Jerk from that Caribbean style of cooking.
I see, Jamaican
right.
jerk.
Yeah, that's right, Jamaican jerk. And they do authentic, delicious Jamaican food. It's owned by a guy who goes by the name Chef Shrimpy. The guy's out of his mind. He's always singing and smiling and dancing. They specialize in Jamaican jerk chicken and pork, and I like Chef Shrimpy's jerk sauce. They put it on absolutely everything. It's got some spice and some Scotch bonnet peppers, cloves, cinnamon, garlic. You can even get it by the jar if you want to be a jerk at home.
All right, good point. Last restaurant, bad name, good food. Pasta Beach, the name of a restaurant. Honestly, kind of a silly name for a really good restaurant.
It's not silly. It's the worst name ever.
Pasta Beach.
First of all, nobody takes pasta to the beach. This thing, and there's no beach theme here at all.
No.
And the best thing on the menu is not pasta.
What is it?
Well, okay, they have authentic, Italian pasta, handmade. It really is absolutely delicious. I mean, they bring these guys in from Italy. But I like the pizza. Real Neapolitan-style pizza. The cheese is fresh mozzarella, melts perfectly, and they cook it at really high temperatures, so it's nice and light, and just the way I like it, a little bit burnt around the edges.
It is Pasta Beach. They have one location at Rose Wharf in Boston. They also have the original location, which is in Newport, Rhode Island. Maybe that's where the beach came from?
It's a bad name.
Well, it's a bad name, but there's a man that knows a lot about bad names and being a jerk. Thank you, Dave.